that there's hunger to say negative things about social media. And I don't understand how that's supposed to lead to an open conversation about the positives and the negatives, the concerns about social media, especially when you're doing that kind of research. I mean, I don't know what to do with that, but let me ask you as a father, does it weigh heavy on you that people get bullied on social networks? So people get bullied in their private life. But now, because so much of our life is in the digital world, the bullying moves from the physical world to the digital world. So you're now creating a platform on which bullying happens. And some of that bullying can lead to damage to mental health. And some of that bullying can lead to depression, even suicide. Does it weigh heavy on you that people have committed suicide or will commit suicide based on the bullying that happens on social media?
Yeah, I mean, this is there's a set of harms that we basically track and build systems to fight against, and bullying and self-harm are, I mean, these are some of the biggest things that we are most focused on. For bullying, like you say, it's going to be, while this predates the internet, and it's probably impossible to get rid of all of it. You want to give people tools to fight it, and you want to fight it yourself. And you also want to make sure that people have the tools to get help when they need it. So I think this isn't like a question of, can you get rid of all bullying? I mean, it's like, all right. I mean, I have 2 daughters, and they fight and push each other around and stuff too. And the question is just how do you handle that situation? And there's a handful of things that I think you can do. We talked a little bit before around some of the AI tools that you can build to identify when something harmful is happening. It's very hard in bullying because a lot of bullying is very context specific. It's not like you're trying to fit a formula of like, if like looking at the different harms, someone promoting a terrorist group is like probably one of the simpler things to generally find, because things promoting that group are going to, look a certain way or feel a certain way. Bullying could just be, someone making some subtle comment about someone's appearance that's idiosyncratic to them.
And it could look at just like humor. So humor to one person
exactly.
could be destructive to another human being. Yeah.
So with bullying, I think there are certain things that you can find through AI systems. But I think it is increasingly important to just give people more agency themselves. So we've done things like making it so people can turn off comments or, take a break from, hearing from a specific person without having to signal at all that they're going to stop following them or kind of make some stand that, okay, I'm not friends with you anymore. I'm not following you. I just don't want to hear about this, but I also don't want to signal at all publicly that, or to them that there's been an issue. And then you get to some of the more extreme cases like you're talking about, where someone is thinking about self-harm or suicide. And there we've found that is a place where AI can identify a lot, as well as people flagging things. If people are expressing something that is potentially they're thinking of hurting themselves, those are cues that you can build systems in hundreds of languages around the world to be able to identify that. And one of the things that I'm actually quite proud of is we've built these systems that I think are clearly leading at this point, that not only identify that, but then connect with local first responders and have been able to save, I think at this point, it's, in thousands of cases, be able to get first responders to people through these systems who really need them, because of specific plumbing that we've done between the AI work and being able to communicate with local first responder organizations. And we're rolling that out in more places around the world. And I think the team that worked on that just did awesome stuff. So I think that's a long way of saying, yeah, I mean, this is a heavy topic, and you want to attack it in a bunch of different ways, and also kind of understand that some of nature is for people to do this to each other, which is unfortunate, but you can give people tools and build things that help.